Okay, welcome back to this channel, OB1N. That's where you're at. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what I would call a product. I guess, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm going to call it MODIGT. I mean, that's the best way I can really say, or, you know, whatever it is. MODIGT. 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 I think it's MODIGT is why I think, because of the fact that, you know, digital world, blah, 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 and you want more of it. I don't know. I have no idea if that's really what it means or not, but this is what I got, okay? You're getting a little special today. You're getting kind of a 2-in-1 deal. I recently purchased, let's see here, here's the old box. Now this box is for this sheet under here, and this sheet is butyl rubber is what it is, with the sticky side here. You can see you got a piece of paper here, the wax paper to peel off. And then of course you got this aluminum, I don't know what you call it, but just like aluminum covering on this side here that is kind of, I don't know, inked black or whatever. I have no idea how they do that. And then you can see that they actually press a pattern into it. I think that has something to do with two things: to press the aluminum into the butyl rubber and make it stick, and also I think it's also to like strengthen it up, because every time you press something, right, and you put lines in something, it does strengthen it up a little bit. Maybe there's some air bubbles possibly underneath, you know, these little pop-ups here. Maybe that has something to do, you know, with some sound deadening qualities, etc. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not the engineer here, but it is what it is. And I just recently bought this one here. So this is MODIGT as well. This one has, as you can see, very, very thin butyl rubber there, also with aluminum, but then it has foam. I think this is closed cell foam, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't really pay attention too much to the instructions or whatnot, but I got a pretty good deal on this one here. Actually, this was years ago, so I don't know how much this is selling for lately, but I do recall it was about the same price I just paid for this. But here we go. So let's start with this one here. Again, this is the butyl rubber with aluminum overlayer, I guess. Is that what you want to call it? And this sheet right here, and this is the last one that I got out of that box. You can see it's been through a little bit, a little dirty. It's been tossed around in the garage. But anyway, let's get the... Boy, I really apologize. I'm kind of, I don't know, spaced in the head here a little today. But anyway, because I'm saying a lot, and I'm just not knowing what the hell to do next, right? All right, well, hey, I wasn't feeling good yesterday, so might be coming down from that. But anyway, all right, so here we go. Let's get this set up. Okay, there we go. We're at 0. And what do we got? We got 2.28, 29, 2.3 millimeters thick. I was going to put it on a scale, but I don't really have a scale right now that is capable. But I'm going to guess that this sheet right here is 19.5 long. I can show that to you actually. Here we go. I've got to use two hands here. All right, 19.5 right there, and it's 15 wide. There you go, 15 wide. So that's what this one is. Now, what is this designed for? Well, this is the butyl rubber. This is the one that they say is going to take all the vibration out of your vehicle, as far as, like, you know, large expanses of sheet metal, like the roof. Particularly on this car here, I've got this is the Fastback 71 Mustang, so it's got a lot of flat, long areas. And I did actually use it on the roof. So we'll go over here real quick. hit the light. It helps a little bit. But anyway, now what I did here is I put that butyl rubber underneath here pretty much exactly to fit like what you see here. Now this is not it. This is an additional thermal product that I got, but my point is that underneath here on the entire roof is that butyl rubber MODIGT that I just showed you. And it's up underneath there just like this. I mean, I tried to go as far forward as I could, as far to the side as I could, that kind of thing. And I took that wax paper off and self-adhesive, you know, it up there too. And I had this car on the rotisserie when I was doing that, by the way, so it was really nice that this thing was actually upside down and I was able to apply it. And then you use a roller, a plastic roller, and you go back and forth and you apply it. And you actually end up smashing down those little squares that you saw over there. And then what I did is I put 3M contact cement, sprayed it on that, and then sprayed it on the back of this. This right here is a foam, or not a foam, I'm sorry. This is like a reflective, I think this is aluminum, I believe, aluminized, I believe. Has a layer on this side and on the other side. And in the middle of this stuff is basically those little air bubbles, plastic air bubbles that, you know, they use for shipping, only a lot smaller. And that's what that is. And the whole idea behind that was to add a little more, you know, sound insulation, I guess, as well. But I think the main reason for that is supposedly thermal insulation. So in this car, and I had it in high school and college, when the sun would hit that, you could put your hand up there on the fabric headliner, and you could, I mean, it wouldn't burn your hand, obviously, it was fabric, but it got hot. It was warm. So, but I had recently discovered the butyl matte stuff, and I thought, hey, I'm going to try that. So here we go. You can hear that it's much more like a deadened thud. Now I haven't, a little more hollow sounding here, especially there, but understand that what I have done here is I've actually sprayed, and you can go back in my Mustang videos and you can probably find it somewhere in there, but I use POR 15 rubberized undercoating to spray on the back side of this. And speaking of which, when I bought that stuff over there that I just got, I also picked up this Boom Matte spray-on stuff, and this one here says, you know, quiet squeaks and rattles, eliminate road noise, enhances performance, audio performance, dampens vibrations, and then, let's see, where was that? Oh yeah, help prevent rust, right there. So this is quite a bit cheaper than POR 15 rubberized undercoating. That stuff is about $25, $28 a can, and if I remember right, that was about $12 a can, so half the price basically. And when it said something about, you know, helping to prevent rust and whatnot, I thought, well, maybe it's kind of sort of the same. I don't know. This one is all done. This one has the POR 15 rubberized undercoating underneath it. So, I mean, underneath it, inside the door cavities. I don't know if you can see over there, but it's inside there. It's inside here. It's everywhere. I sprayed it upside down, up underneath this right here. I mean, that stuff is everywhere. The only thing I haven't sprayed yet is this right here, which actually is probably what I'm going to be doing, is using that Boom Matte stuff and spray onto, you know, this sheet metal right here. Or I might just end up using some of that butyl matte insulation and you know, stick it underneath or something. But I mean, this right here obviously is, you know, it's gonna vibrate a little bit, so I could probably take a little bit of sound deadener and put on there. I probably would do the matte, probably, actually, now that I think about it, because then I don't want to have to mask off so I don't end up spraying my paint. So anyway, let's get back at it. But this is where I put that stuff. I have one sheet of it left. It is heavy. I do remember that the box, when I got it, was about 37 pounds, if I remember right. For some reason that number sticks in my head. But this stuff is pretty good. People say, well, you know, does it you know, stink like asphalt or whatever? No, it doesn't. Does it fall off and peel off? Well, okay, people are going to say, well, you haven't even driven the car, how do you know? Well, okay, there's some of that, but this car has been pushed outside into the sun countless times when I'm working on it, and as you can see, it's still stuck up there, and I mean full direct sun, and I do mean all day long as well. So I believe I have tested it with the exception of no vibration from the engine and the road and all that kind of stuff, yes. But regarding, you know, again, the fact that it has held up for at least 2, if not 3 years at this point. I know it's taken me forever to get this car done, but that is this product right here. Okay, now I wanted to buy some more, and as you can see here, I got 2 boxes there. I got 1 box here of this stuff. Now, I knew that this stuff was different, and I was okay with that. Let me explain why. So, as you can see here, so this is a little bit smaller. It's 19.5. Let's do this again, so you don't call me liars. Okay, so 19.5, and this is only 12 inches wide. 12 inches wide right there. Okay, so this, oh, let's do a measure while we're doing this, right? Let's do 0 that. Okay, here we go, and we'll put that on there. And what do we got? 4.83. Let's try another spot. I'll put a little pressure on it. There we go. 4. Yeah, so I had something in there. Let's try a spot over here. 4.0. Huh, that's interesting. Let's try this spot. 3.92. What the hell? This thing get worse in some areas. Let's try this area. 4.17. So I guess it kind of varies a little bit, huh? 4.45. Anyway, we're around 4 millimeters thick. Same thing. Wax paper on the back. This is that foam. I believe closed cell foam. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. And okay, so here we go. Look at this. Now you can see you got butyl rubber on here as well, but this is a very, very thin layer. And you can also see that you have that aluminum protective layer as well, like that one down there. But then the biggest part of this one is the closed cell foam. That's the biggest part of this one. This sheet right here does not weigh anything like that one over there, probably because of the foam. I'm gonna say this one here is about 2.5, 3 pounds, and I wouldn't doubt that this is, yeah, this has got to be 3.5 to 4 pounds, getting close to 5. It's pretty heavy duty, that one there. And again, butyl rubber is generally accepted to be the anti-metal vibration. Okay, that's what that's known for. So I got a little bit of that in here. Okay, anti-metal vibration, the very thin butyl rubber here with the aluminum, and then you got this closed cell foam. And according to, again, general idea behind this stuff, this is more for a sound barrier, I believe, like to block sound from going through it. Again, I'm not the engineer here, but that's what I've been reading. And I also believe that the closed cell foam here, matte, provides a little bit of insulation, thermal insulation value as well. So there's some of that. Now, why did I get this? Well, this was, by the way, $40 a box on eBay. So I've got 3 boxes. Actually, now, never mind. You don't need to know. But I got 3 here. $40 a box, basically. after you pay shipping and everything, taxes and all that. So this is going to be used over here also, and the plan is to put it, like I said, now I just discovered that I might be using it here, but the main idea for that, why I bought more of it, was to put it right here in this area here to kind of deaden that up. You can definitely hear that's hollow, and it gets a little more solid, you know, basically because, you know, you're getting to a smaller metal area. But this area right here, you can actually hear, yeah, that's a good vibration there. So we're gonna definitely sound deaden that a little bit. I have POR, by the way, rubberized undercoating sprayed inside here, but even still, you can hear some pretty good hollow stuff. Now, of course, I'm not going to do anything up here, and I haven't put all the brackets in here and everything yet for the fenders. So this will quiet down once I put the supports and stuff in there. And I'm not going to do anything under the hood. I'm not going to get that crazy. I don't want to add a ton of weight, and that was kind of the thing why I went to this route here, because that there, like I said, I'm pretty sure it was 39 pounds per that entire box, and there was 9 sheets in there, and you can see I've used all but 1, so there's 8 sheets in this thing up in the roof, and that's basically adding 30 some pounds up here. So this car, you know, being a performance car, you know, you usually want, if you want the power to weight ratio, you want your car to be kind of light with a, you know, a bigger engine, right? So you can have that performance feel. But I mean, I put a small child in here easily by you know, doing that up there. But again, I'm okay with that, just because I did want to sound deaden that very, very large surface really well. And then, of course, that was the other reason why I chose the bubble wrap, aluminized bubble wrap stuff, was because I don't have any of that butyl rubber stuff underneath this at all. I have the POR 15 rubberized undercoating underneath, and several coats of Eastwood Platinum. I mean, I got a lot of coatings basically on the floor, and I feel like that's going to do a pretty decent job of stopping a lot of the vibration. Just the amount of coatings that I got on the top and bottom, and the subframe connectors and all that stuff. And plus, not only that, but I did a lot of extra welding underneath there, you know, because the car is a unibody, and it was heat welded together from the factory, and I actually did a bunch of spot weld just in a lot of areas to help with good grounding, and just, you know, make it more solid basically. So this right down here, the whole purpose of it was more for thermal insulation, because again, that's where the exhaust is going to be at and all that. At the same time, though, it will provide a little bit of noise insulation, obviously. And then, of course, you know, you're going to put a carpet over this, and that's where I'm planning on putting a nice thick carpet on top, which that should do a lot of the sound deadening for the floor. But anyway, I did want to add more here inside the door and here in the rear quarter area. I don't plan on putting anything on the trunk floor, because again, I've sprayed the top and the bottom with that rubberized POR undercoating, and so that ought to quiet the thing up. But also, not quite as important as this car as far as I'm concerned. I'm making it super comfortable, super quiet, and all that stuff, is my 65 F100 that's outside. And really, that's the main reason why I bought this. However, I am thinking about probably buying a little, maybe another box of that heavier butyl stuff, and putting it also on the 65 in the roof, because that is on that 65 F100. That is the largest area other than back behind the seat, but you know, once you put the seat over the top of it and everything, really, you know, all the stuff is going to be happening up front. So that is my plan, is to buy maybe another box of that to put on the roof like I did here, because it made such a huge difference, because that roof used to be super noisy. This is the hood. Yeah, it used to sound probably even more hollow and tinny than that thing over there. So yeah, it's gonna make a huge difference. But anyway, okay, well, that's about all I think I got for this MODIGT. Is what I'm gonna call it. You know, again, with that stuff there being up on the roof for the last two and a half years for sure, pushed out in full direct sunlight, haven't gone through the body shop, haven't been pushed outside in the cold, you know, when it was waiting between paint and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's lasting. It's still stuck up there. So, and again, it does not smell like asphalt, because it's butyl rubber. I know people say, well, be careful, because if you buy the cheap shit. Now, it is, this came with this this new box, by the way, and Chow Gang or whatever the hell. So that's obvious it's Chinese. I guess I just went with it because I've already used that and I was satisfied with it, and I needed something to get going. But honestly, if I'm gonna do something like really good stuff, and I know I've said this in my channel many times, I try to support American, which obviously this isn't, because, you know, take a look at that. That's obvious that this is not American made. But I have seen Second Skins, and there's also Resonix. That guy, though, in my opinion, is kind of a prick, so fuck him, and I wouldn't buy from you if you paid me to, because I've seen his Facebook posts, and I just think he's cocky and a piece of shit. But that's just my opinion, and guess what? We can all get along even though I don't like him, right? Right, okay, so that's how that works. Try it sometime. And anyway, Second Skins, though, I've had really good luck with them. I actually asked them for the sample packet. They sent it to me, and I think it was a week or two after it was sent to me. Guess what? They called me, and they asked me if I had any questions or concerns and everything, and I had a nice chat with the guy. I don't know if he's the owner, like that Resonant guy that I keep seeing. Nick, I think is his name or whatever. But anyway, I will tell you that the Second Skins, they really impressed me with their customer service. So yeah, I would definitely buy from them. But again, I just went here because I had, you know, used the product in the past, was happy with it. And yes, it is cheaper. I fully admit that. But I've got a lot of projects, actually. So I believe, and the other reason is because, again, this one was more intended to go to my my 65 F100, which I don't really feel like it needs to be, you know, perfect. So actually, come to think of it, I just might actually buy some good stuff, like from Second Skins or whatever, and go here with it. Actually, I don't know. I'm still looking at that sample packet that they sent me. Yeah, for my 65, I would easily just take and plaster this everywhere. I mean, you know, on the roof, on the inside the doors, everywhere, the entire interior, because, you know, again, I'm not looking for that thing to be super perfect, but that would definitely help for sure. All right, so again, at the end of the video, like, subscribe, Rumble. If you're not on Rumble, hopefully you're watching this from Rumble, because I'm putting it there. If you're not on Rumble, you should be, because you know, YouTube is a commie. I'm sorry to say it. No, I'm not sorry to say it. I'm sorry you have to hear that and understand the truth. And if you don't believe it, well, there's so much evidence out there now that it has been happening. And my opinion of that is, and I don't give a shit if you like it or not, is that ignorance is what's happening at this point. If you don't believe that they're censoring you, Google, YouTube, them, if you don't believe that they're not listening to you, taking advantage of you, tracking you, and, just plain censoring you when you have the wrong opinion that they don't want to have anybody hear about, you're just ignorant at this point, because there's so much evidence out there that proves otherwise. And, or maybe it just hasn't happened to you yet. But it has happened to me many times, actually. I won't be surprised at some point they're going to take my YouTube and just get rid of it. I only keep posting there because I don't care. And I just throw it there. And if they decide they want to strike it, which they have, because I had some music going in the background one time and they didn't want to, it was like a copyright bullshit. And I'm like, dude, I'm not making money off of this shit. You obviously see that I'm not getting paid. It's just the music playing in the background. Get over yourself. You're not that fucking important. Although, in a way they are. But hopefully soon they won't be. Because Rumble keeps growing and growing and growing. We need to get over there. You need to come on over there. And we need to support places that, support free speech. 110%. You may not like the speech, but it allows it to happen. Okay? Awesome. We'll see you.